Building earthquake-resistant buildings. Part 1. Why building collapsed in Nepal Earthquake 2015. My name is Andre Lim. In this program here, we would like to examine why the buildings fell, what is going to happen next, will there be more earthquakes, what are we going to do about this, what kind of houses can be built that can withstand earthquake, where will the earthquake be, when will it happen. We will try to answer all of these questions, and studying the earthquake will give us some hints and some way to anticipate when the next one is coming, if any. And also, by studying the effect of building collapsing, we may understand and prepare ourselves to make better buildings and to avoid the mistakes of the past. This is the map of the earthquake. The darker red represents where the areas have been more affected, and the epicenter is here, west of Kathmandu. On this map, you can see that it's only the center part of, or towards the center part of Nepal, where the earthquake caused more problems. Of course, earthquake has some vibration here and there, but some damage may be very minor. This is the fault line of the earthquake. As you can see, it runs all through the country from Pakistan, past Bangladesh, right to Myanmar, close to Myanmar. The red star here is the actual earthquake in 2015. The white stars here are the previous earthquakes. As you can see, we have one, the major ones, okay, are 1905, 1934, and 1950. There's one big one in 1897. So it started here 1897, then 1905, then 1934, then 1950. Now 2015 is here, and the next earthquake that we had, the aftershock, was somewhere here. So when we had this first earthquake on the 25th, it was rated 7.8 on the Richter scale. Then subsequently, the aftershocks went in this direction here, towards east. Then the day after, we had this 6.7 on the Richter scale here, east of the first epicenter. So you can see all these aftershocks were moving eastwards. This is the Indian plate, and this is the Tibetan plateau. Okay, and here is the Himalayas here. So you can see while this is going downwards, the Tibetan plateau is being pushed up, and you can see the fault lines here. So this is where the earthquake took place on the 25th, and then on the 26th it was here. So it's very far down into the earth. You can see this depth here is 20 kilometers. This is 40 kilometers. So it's quite deep underground. So this is the fault line, and it's because of this fault line, Nepal is very earthquake prone. It is throughout the entire length of the country. So what does this mean here? some researchers have said that it is likely that another earthquake, a big one, will need to take place because there is not enough energy that has been given out. It has to slip some more. There's too much friction. The plates have to slip because it's building up several meters a year, and so we need to rupture that, and so there will be earthquake the same size as what was experienced, 7.8, 7.3, probably bigger than that, maybe 9. We hope not, because that would be terrible. Nonetheless, buildings can be made to withstand R9, and we can do that. So where is going to be? So I showed you the white stars earlier. It is in the same pattern as in the 1934 case. First here, then here. The aftershocks is also going here. So it's very obvious that the next earthquake will have to be in this direction here, east and south, right? So this is Bangladesh here, so it's going towards this direction. It's not going to go, hopefully it might not be in Nepal, but likely it's going to stay somewhere here. So it can be anywhere around here. Can be here, can be here, can be here, can be here, can be here. So we don't know where it's going to be. Maybe somewhere here. So we have to be prepared. It's coming. It's going to be a very strong one, just as strong, maybe stronger, unlikely to be less stronger, because there's much more energy that needs to be relieved from the plates. And so just because it's going to be here doesn't mean that we are safe here, because this is solid, so you can feel the vibration all over. So we still need to build it very strong, build the new homes and the new buildings to be very strong. We want to study now the earthquake and the aftermath, the effect it has on the buildings, and why the buildings fall. It is important for us to understand and analyze what happened, so we can learn from past mistakes and never to repeat it. Number one. Okay, all these are pictures that we have seen everywhere. Shows a lot of devastation. Looks sad. But then again, when you look at this photograph, the little one is broken, but the tall ones are doing well. Why? You would expect the tall ones to fall and the shorter, smaller buildings not to fall. What happened? So if we can answer this question here, we can make better buildings. Yeah, like this one here, there's collapse here. This one is standing, and this one is leaning. It's two built too close together. So if your neighbor is weak, then this is not going to hold up. Like this as well, completely destroyed. So let's analyze. Number one, failure due to the use of mud as mortar. Now you know that mud is not strong. Just dry in the sun. How much strength can it have? You have something very hard and heavy like bricks, and you put mud in between. It rained the day before the earthquake. What do you expect? The building to stand? Of course not. Look at all the mud here. You just shake it and everything will come down. It's very obvious. Using timber, this building is not going to stand. Fortunately, in this building nobody died. This is look at this here. It's not because it's cracked because the force is so strong. It's because it's made of mud and bricks. What do you expect? You can see the mud here. Look at all the mud here. Look at the mud here. It's the incorrect way to think. It's a traditional way of building. Just because it's UNESCO site doesn't mean that you have to not make it safer yourself. You have to think. Secondly, failure due to using stones but no mortar. The stones are just stacked one on top of each other here. Like in this case here, this church here, fortunately nobody died here. But look here, all the stones just came down. It was stacked up like this here. Maybe they put some mud here. You can see there's some mud here. Here there's no mud at all. You can see it's just stones. The same way to build here, just stones. 15 people died here. 15 people died. Here, same thing. You don't see any mud. It's just stones only. 26 people died here. 26. How sad. No mud, no cement, no iron. Just stones, one put on top of the other. When this window fell, all the stones fell as well. Some fell inwards, some fell upwards. The people who were sitting here, the stones fell on them. Very sad. Failure due to negligence of contractors. Look here. This is one of the pillars. This is too short, much too short. This is supposed to be connected to the floor slab. Look here, very, very short. What do? They use small wires to tie it. Can you just imagine these small little wires to tie the two of them together? Just shake it a bit, the column is brittle, will break. This will give way. This wire is not going to hold the shear stress. No way. We can see here, nothing bent here. You can see here, it just gave way just like that. Look, even the way is cemented. There's no strength in the cement. Here, you can see, there's no strength in the cement at all. Everything crumbled, just crumbs. You see the aggregate separates and the sand separates from the wire rods here. The rebars is not sticking. The cement is not sticking, maybe because it's rusty. Do not use rusty wire rod. Reject this. You should not have rust. If you have rust, this is what's going to happen. It's not going to stick. Here as well. Look here. Here's a bit of rust here, but it shouldn't be so bad like this here. It's because the cement is in poor quality. They bought cheap cement, rejected cement that has got water already. They buy the cheap type. They stored it too long. This is not good cement that they have used. You should use fresh cement. So this is very, very sad indeed. 16 people died here. They didn't just die, they were murdered. It's very, very sad here. Let's not let this happen again. This is end of part 1. Thank you for listening.